I'm Jennifer, and this is Unearthrilics. Today I'm going to show off a bunch of fun things that I found recently at the Goodwill outlet. Let's take a look. So right off the bat, I'm always excited to find complete puzzles. It's always a bit of a gamble when you find a box and it's not taped shut or the puzzle's still in the original sealed bag. That being said, this was kind of fun. It's Dudley Do-Right. I remember from the Rocky and Bullwinkle show, I think that's right. In any case, it was a cool image and I thought I could do something with the box if the puzzle was incomplete. And I took a chance and lo and behold, the puzzle is complete. I don't know if that all shows up in there, but I'm really excited about that. And, you know, I think this was a good reminder too, you know, like when I looked it up, it's like, is this worth any money given that it's complete? And I saw several that were listed on Etsy and eBay and things like that for like 20 bucks, and others that were listed for a lot less. But I would say anywhere between 10 and 20. It's only worth what people are willing to pay for it. That being said, it's over 50 years old. I think the copyright date on this one was 1972. And so knowing that this has survived with all of its pieces, a children's toy that was probably well loved, and now maybe we'll get to find a new home. So that's really exciting. I'm going to show off a few more things over here. I had a bunch of really cool notebooks that I think would be good stuck down into journals. I know sometimes with the binding of the notebook that it's harder to stick those in there, but these were kind of cute. Like this one's just a little one with some flowers on it, and this one had a really cool flip page, so I thought that could be incorporated into a journal element. This one came with its own little set of colored pencils, and I thought, wouldn't that be fun to have a little pocket in a journal where you have the little colored pencils for coloring something in, maybe with a page out of an adult coloring book. Also found some fun mailing labels, and these are good examples of the kinds of paper things that I find all the time at the Goodwill outlet. If you're willing to kind of dig through things, you can often find bits and pieces that can be repurposed for junk journaling, and that's a great example because you can write on addresses and things like that, or use the stickers in different ways part of junk journals. This is just a little metric equivalent, probably an advertisement sheet that came in something. Tiny little thing, but really cool little text on that. Set of clue cards. The box was kind of strewn all over the place. So I didn't even try to rescue all of them. I'm sure it's not even all the cards, but those are fun for crafting with as well. Also wanted to point out that I found a few St. Patrick's Day related things, and I'm going to be working on some giveaways for St. Patrick's Day and fun ephemera and other crafting items for that holiday coming up. A President Ford bumper sticker, right? Like, wouldn't that just be fun on a vintage car, or just like a memory of the past in general? These cool Betsy McCall. It looks like maybe this was an activity for like a party, but it has little dresses that you could design for a little paper doll. I thought that was so cute. And then the thing I really loved about this one is like it actually had the little art that somebody had drawn at one point in time. And this one is a piece of decorative shelf paper. I often find doilies and other things like that that are still in their original wrappers and things like that. And those are great for junk journaling and crafting and that kind of thing. So just little bits and pieces I think make really fun pieces for junk journals, and I'm always on the lookout for those. So I'm really excited about this find, which was what I like to call a progressive find. So I originally saw the box top and I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. It's got some fun graphic elements. So I'll go ahead and pull that out. Then I saw the bingo cards and I grabbed a bunch of those and kept grabbing them as I found more. Then I found a bunch of the chips, like markers for marking numbers that have been called. And then I found a whole bunch of the actual bingo numbers. And I always am cognizant of the fact that when you're finding those in a bin, you may or may not find them all, although there have been times when I have. This is really fun. So the little chips kind of spit out the top part there. And yeah, I think it's just kind of a fun way to play bingo. I think that this was really cool. I found this on my second go around as well, so I hadn't found that the first time. And it's a good reminder that every time you kind of dig through a bin, as other people dig through and move things around, different things kind of come to the surface. I also found the chart here for the numbers once they're called on a subsequent kind of pass through. So it's a great reminder that you should revisit a bin that you've already visited, and sometimes that's a way of finding things. So I'm really excited about that, and I'll get to crafting with those here not too terribly long from now. Keeping with the game theme, let me flip this over. Twister. I think that one's actually older. It looks kind of like just the way the cardboard was and everything. I think it probably came from an older Twister set. Obviously the globe here, always really excited when I find a good old vintage globe. I have not dated that yet. That's usually a fun activity that I do together with my husband, so I'm excited to figure out when that's from, based on how the countries are listed. Found this cute glitter container, like it's like an old vintage glitter container, and lots of fun floral elements that I think will be fun for Valentine's and Easter crafting. That I just stuck on down in there as a safe place to put them, and lots of other little odds and ends for crafting too. Lace and burlap and ribbons. I always get tape measures because those are fun to do things with, sequins and embellishments. And then for 3D assemblages, I always like little animals. This one's a cute little duck. I think that will end up being a good thing for an Easter thing. Found some fun stamps. They were in a cute little bag, but they kind of seem like they'll be fun to do some stamping with on upcoming craft projects. The little gummy circles to put around hole punches. I've actually been using those a lot. I also really just love the packaging on this one. I think it's kind of cute in its own right. I found this delightful Santa. He's a little worse for wear. He needs a little bit of cleanup and he's missing one of his shoes, but I'm thinking that might be a fun 3D printing project to maybe make him a little replica to go there. Also found these, I'm assuming that's vintage bells. They're kind of cute and they have kind of a little clingy sort of element to it and a fun little wreath. This was a fun find. I always look at records just because you never know kind of what the images on them are going to look like if you pull them out of sleeves, or if it's a topic or artist that might be of interest. In this case, this is the introduction to manned Mercury spaceflight. And I can't wait to listen to that because I think it's awesome. And the picture on it is so cool too. That might be something that I scan and then try to work into maybe a space themed junk journal. So those are my finds from this latest round of Goodwill outletting. And I think it's a great example of the kinds of things, even on a short trip, that you can find if you kind of dig down and you think creatively about how you might be able to use different objects. Let's get to crafting.